What's going on, guys? Marty here at Par Extreme, and I hope you're ready for the adventure, because today, well actually 2 days ago, I just got back with the kids from a 5-day bike packing trip, and now we're leaving again for a 3-day canoe trip in the Wildlife Reserve of Parc la Verendrye. So let's get in the car and get going. Are we ready to go, guys? We're all packed up in the canoe, paddling. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so we don't have too much time left before we need to set up camp, because obviously I don't want to have to do this in the dark with the kids. But we got a sweet little spot here on this big lake. I'll figure out, actually I have the lake here. We just left from Le Domaine here at Parc la Verendrye. And I'm not sure exactly which lake, like what's the name of the lake we're on right now. I'll figure it out and let you guys know later. But all we got to do is paddle maybe half an hour from what I can see. And then we're going to get to our camp. I think the plan is just to stay there for 2 nights. Apparently there's a nice beach. So we're going to get set up and just kind of enjoy the area. Probably go explore tomorrow or something like this. Fun fact, or stupid fact, it looks like I forgot my bag with all my clothes in it, so I'll be limited in clothes. All I have right now is a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, and a pair of undies. So yes, that'll be interesting. Hopefully we all stay dry. I do have my my rain jacket, so if I get cold I can always wear that, but I'm not too worried. The weather is supposed to be nice and sunny with a little bit of clouds, around 20 degrees Celsius. So I think we're in luck. But maybe there's only one bag I haven't checked yet, so maybe it's in there, but I doubt it, because it's the bag with all the sleeping bags, and that bag's always full. So I would be really surprised if I stuffed it in there. I think while I was packing the kids this morning, I must have forgotten mine behind. So I might need a fire to stay warm tonight. Also tonight, fun fact, tonight is Les Perséides. I don't know the name in English. I'll find that and put that in the I'll just put it in the video here, which is basically Shooting Stars Night. August 12th and 13th were the peak, and tonight we're August 13th. So if we're lucky, and when the sun sets, if those clouds can just kind of move away like they usually do, and we can get a clear sky, we might be able to see. We're so remote here. We're gonna have a full sky of stars. And we're going to be able to enjoy, I don't know, 25, 30, 50 shooting stars in one night. At least it's been my experience in the past. So I'm really excited to give the kids that experience. And we have 3, as you guys saw in the introduction, we have 3 kiddos with us today. We've got Rosie Bear, Rosie, hi, Charlotte, and the one at the front, we've got Nico. You guys have seen Nico before from the Brown Cottage cross-country ski trip, which I'll put in the cards here so you guys can go check that out. We're gonna have a really fun 2 days, I think, and I've got some good food. No dry food this time around.
We got pizza!
Yay! All right, I'll put you away and let's paddle now to get camp set up. After roughly 25 minutes of paddling, we made it to our camp for the next 2 days. The lake so far is absolutely beautiful. It is all sand. My only complaint,
because it's not even deep, because when we were paddling, the sand was still close to us.
The sand is still close to us?
Yeah, and the water wasn't really high.
It wasn't deep?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. My only complaint is that paddling here didn't actually happen. I stayed close to shore the whole way, and all I had to do was kind of push from the bottom. But that's all right. If that's my only complaint, we're in good shape. But this will be an awesome spot for the kids to be able to swim. Look at this. Just it's really shallow, all sand. Pull, 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 pull.
Today we're in camping. I will show you the tent. Right here. See? Say hi to the camera. Hi. I will show you the other tent. Another hammock. Look at this big. Oh yeah. And you will see that Nico did this tree branch. This is all we have right here. And you want to go see my sister and Nico? All right. Do grimace, Rosie and Nico's. Do grimaces. And let me do a picture.
Man, we're gonna have some wicked sunsets here. We're directly facing west. The sun is dipping over the horizon right now, and I'm expecting some crazy colors later. Hopefully I'll be able to capture some of that show for you. All in all, a beautiful spot, very peaceful. Kids are having fun in the hammock. And now it's time for dinner. All right, so tonight for dinner we've got some good old Gaspésienne, which is pretty simple. You've got some Italian sausages here, or nice sausages of some sort. Obviously always cooked by the fire. What a beautiful setup here. And with the sunset off to my left, can't complain. So Gaspésienne, very simple sausages, usually cheese curds, but they were out, so I just got some shredded cheese and some buns. You put the three of them together, and for the kids sometimes they like also a little bit of ketchup, so I think we're gonna be pretty good. We've got 6 Gaspésienne waiting for us. Yay! Got Charlotte there resting in her hammock. And 2 Rascal here just playing around. Telling you guys, hammocks are always a huge hit with kids, just so they can, and for me as well, so you can lounge around, but kids always love to play in them. It kind of occupies the time here at camp while you're cooking, and they can't be in the water and stuff like that, so I highly recommend. These are just Costco hammocks, super cheap, super regular hammocks, quite heavy though, like it's a luxury item for sure, but I'm cooking sausages tonight, so obviously weight wasn't an issue. No portages, right? So this is going to be base camp for the next 2 days. And I'm pretty happy about it. All right, Charlotte's going to be assembling the Gaspésiennes for us. So how do you do it?
With cheese curds.
Cheese? Well, that's not cheese curds, but just cheese. Put a little more.
All right.
Just a little bit more. All right. That's good. All right. And now, if you come close, come here.
What? Yeah, sausages to eat.
All right, and last thing is ketchup, just a little bit, just a squirt. There you go. Good, 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 good. Whoa. All right. And here you have it.
I will just like this part.
And now that's yours. How's it, guys?
Good. Good. Goody! Yum, yum, yum.
It's getting dark.
Yes.
What are we doing right now?
Having a cuddle snuggle on the end.
Oh, that's nice.
With baby sheepy.
With baby sheepy.
Ba, ba, ba.
We're just waiting for the sun to set now. Dinner was awesome. How did you like dinner?
Good.
Good. And we're hoping for stars. It looks like the sky is going to be clear of clouds, so we're going to be sitting at the beach for a little bit. But for now, we're just going to rest here, wait for the sun to set fully. It's I was hoping for better colors of the sunset, but it's just because there's clouds out there, so we didn't get to see them. But maybe tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow there is more star?
Well, tonight is the peak. Tonight is the peak of the shooting stars, and then tomorrow there should be some still. So we're gonna be on the lookout for them too. And the other two are somewhere out there. They're just kind of looking around and exploring. So let's close our eyes for 5 minutes here. I think it's well deserved. How's the campfire, guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Until we can swing. Did you know that I think that I saw it with no lights? That I think there's a loon who's gonna come by.
Mm-hmm.
I just found one over there. It was bushing, and I think he's still there, but I don't know.
What's the sound of a loon?
Ooh.
You guys ready for stars?
Yes. Yeah. Don't forget, maybe there's a North Star.
The North Star. Well, this marks the end of the first day, guys. I'm just sitting here with a Alexander Keith's by the fire. The kids are asleep. Been asleep for a little bit. I've been hanging out by the fire. And let me tell you, we had a good day. We had a really good day. The weather is good. We actually took the time. As I was saying earlier, it's shooting star. Like, it's the season for meteor showers or shooting stars. And we were right at the peak. So I took my tarp and we laid down on the beach, all four of us together. Just kind of stargazed for, I'd say, about half an hour, 30-40 minutes maybe. Kids don't have that long of an attention span, but we all got to see some actual real nice shooting stars. So I saw 3 myself, and of those 3, at least one of the kids saw those with me. So that was nice. That was really cool, because that's well, a lot of people go their entire lives without seeing shooting stars, and they're only 6 and 7, and they already get to experience it. So that was a really, really fun moment, and you could really see how excited they were about it. And yeah, that was I'm very, very grateful for that moment. That was a really, really special moment. But anyways, I've just been sitting here, like I said, drinking just a single beer. I only have 2 for the trip, so I figured 1 a night. That'll have to be it. And I'm about to hit the pillow soon, because I'm actually quite tired, and it's not even 11 o'clock now. But that's the good thing. When I come alone with the kids, I usually don't hang out too late, so I actually managed to get some rest and not be too tired. But so far, Parc la Verendrye, it's a nice spot. We have a beautiful campground. Can't complain about it. The only thing I can complain about is the highways, I guess, is not that far behind the trees here, so you can hear the cars go by. Not my ideal situation, but for me to go remote with the kids, like 3 kids, all the gear, I just didn't feel like crossing the lake. It was a little windy, and it's a fairly large lake, so I didn't want to take any chance and be stuck out there. So I just stayed along the shore and kind of wrapped around. About 30 minutes of paddling we were here. But we have a nice beach, and it looks beautiful. Next year, that's what I'm gonna do next year with Pierre-Antoine. Pierre-Antoine, if you're listening to this, this is what we're doing next year. So we're gonna do one of the big circuits here and hopefully do a 4 nights and do a lot of distance around here and go quite remote in the Parc La Verendrye. I'm excited. Now that I've seen it, seen the installation, seen what it looks like, I really want to do this. And where I live, I'm actually pretty lucky because I live right in the middle of, like, the Algonquin Park is about 3.5 hours one way, and then the Wildlife Reserve Parc La Verendrye is about 2.5 hours away from me on the other side. So they're decent distances for me to go canoeing, and in pristine land too, right? So I'm very fortunate. But anyways, guys, gonna finish this beer and I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you in the morning, guys. So good night. Check it out, guys. We're surrounded by blueberries here. There's blueberry bushes all over the area. So for breakfast, I've got all the guys and the gals. I've got everybody picking blueberries. Can I see? Can I see? Oh yeah. So I want a big bowl of blueberries, and we're gonna add them to our oatmeal this morning. So keep picking while I boil some water. You guys pick with Nico, because we need a lot, okay? Sounds good?
There's a lot right here.
Make sure you only take the blue ones. Don't eat them. Put them in there.
Look, this one. This one's blue.
Okay, help Nico out. These are all blueberry bushes. That's gonna be awesome to add to breakfast. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start boiling some water, make some coffee, get the oatmeal ready for everybody. This here. I'm gonna start the thermosol this morning, which you've seen this in a handful of videos already, but I'll be making a full review on this. This is one of the ways I manage mosquitoes around camp, and it actually works really well. I'm quite surprised with it. When you go out camping with kids, bugs can really ruin it, and depending on, I'm not sure what, some kids gets eaten alive and others don't. Well, my little Rosie is, like, for whatever reason, the best meat mosquitoes can find, so I have to manage that constantly, otherwise she'll stay up all night and she'll be crying, obviously, and she scratches and she gets a ton of scars. So the thermosol is one of the few ways that I manage bugs. And it's super simple, works really well. But really, for bug management, in my experience, you need more than one method. And I'll cover that later, but that's just one of them. Alright. Rosie, can you bring me the water that's in our tent, please? The black bag, right on your right when you walk in. The big one, yeah.
Can't find it.
Oh no, open the tent. Unzip, open the tent. On the right there on the ground, there's gonna be the big black bladder. This is what you drank from last night, during the night. There you go. I'm gonna have to start a fire too. This place is, I'm super surprised at how much mosquitoes are out. Like it's chilly. It's actually quite chilly, so. I think what I'll try to do is start the water. Put the water on the stove for a boil, and then maybe I should rinse off the rum from last night before boiling water for the oatmeal. Alright, come show me. That's up. What do you have? Ooh, that's a good start. Show the camera here. Can you see it?
Wait.
No, leave it there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I need more though. That's not enough for all four of us.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I can take care of Sheepy. More blueberries. There's a- Yeah, well, what's the matter? Can you guys not share? Well, leave it on the ground close to where you're picking, and then drop everything in there.
No, I want to hold it this time.
Well, you should be picking berries, you know that, right? Okay. Laisse le pot à terre, Charlotte. Là. All right, kids. Yeah, I'm really surprised at how much mosquitoes are out. Keep saying that, but it just seems so out of character because of how cold it is. You're good? How are the blueberries?
I have a spork.
Yeah, long spork, titanium spork. And for me, it's coffee time. It's quite peaceful out here today. It's nice and relaxing. The fact that we're not moving and we're stationary here. We're really just hanging out. The kids are in the tent playing some cards right now. Anyways, the plan for today, I'm not sure what the plan is. The kids are happy playing some cards right now. Like I said, they were playing in the hammock earlier. I think what we're gonna do is there's a trail here where I put the bear hang. It's like a four-wheeler trail, ATV trail. So I figured we'd at least take the time to walk up and down, kind of go explore, see what's out there. That'll kill some of the time today. And it'll be nice and relaxing. And then the kids can keep playing around camp. Compared to all the other trips you've seen so far, this is really relaxing. I slept in until like 8:30. So did Rosie. Usually Rosie's the first one awake, like at 5:36, but she actually slept in until 8:30 with me, so that's pretty cool. Nico and Charlotte were out of the tent fairly early, just kind of building some stuff and gathering some twigs and making some little buildings on the ground. Maybe that's what we'll do also later. See if we can build a small village. Anyways, back to the campfire pit for me. I'll just be hanging out while the kids finish their games. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't trust this weather at all, so I figured I'd use a little bit of the tarp that I have just to make a bit of a shelter if ever it does rain. Not ideal, but this will do it if it rains. What do you think? What do you think of the shelter? If it rains, we're gonna be able to, don't touch that, because that holds.
Yes, good.
Good enough? All right. You wanna show me your structure?
This is the home for sheepy. I put lights red, then I'm gonna put blueberries, now we'll put a kind of blue thing. I'm not done, but look at how I do it. You take one, then you come over here, and put it nice and slow, then lights.
You got lights around yours.
I'm gonna put blue lights and another kind of blue lights.
Tell us about it. What'd you do there?
We can go here.
To shelter from the rain?
Yeah.
Okay. What about there?
There is a home.
And that's the
School.
yay.
And this is the park and this is the fire.
So that will be the firewood for tonight. Should be way enough. It's gonna burn pretty fast, to be honest, but yeah, hopefully this will work, because I have for myself tonight, once I put the kids to bed, I have one more beer left, and I brought myself a special treat. I'll tell you guys later, but I'll need some coals to get that going. Whew. So hopefully I'll be able to get a nice bed of coals with all this, and then I'll get cooking. This is how I do pizza. This is real luxury food here, canoe camping. As I said, weight was not an issue. You buy them already done, you slice them in 4, you make grilled cheese with it, put a little bit of oil at the bottom of the pan, and then you're just gonna basically grill cheese them, and they're all gonna melt, and it's gonna be really good. I also forgot to mention, I used the lid of one of my biggest pots, and I kind of put it over so I can kind of bake them a little bit. And see the crust here, the nice crispy crust, you get that with the oil. If you don't use the oil, you won't get that. This is how you achieve melted cheese pizza camping. Oh, this is gonna be good. We're gonna let it cool down. Yeah? Show me the melted cheese. Yes. We're having a bit of a chill time after lunch. We're all full. Rosie's in the tent. Charlotte's in the hammock, taking a rest. Nico's hanging out with me. What's up, buddy? And then we're gonna go brave the cold, and we're gonna go swimming, because, you know, we're canoe camping. It'll almost be a sin not to go swimming.
I got my sheepy. This is mine. The play structure.
What?
This and where's my?
Is that a slide?
Yeah, but it's broken. Who broke it?
It's okay.
Well, it was like a balance wall. This is
There's a tippy totter.
This is that's not mine. That's Nico's. This is all mine. The Christmas tree is all of us. And
You have a Christmas tree in the middle.
and the Christmas.
What's this here?
That is my slide. This is
No, this house there.
Oh, that's Nico's.
For his moufette. Okay, you'll show me yours.
Skunk.
For your skunk. Sorry about that. The school is still there. The community center is still there. What do you have there, Rosie?
Got a big house. This is his bed. That's for eating, and that's the movie. And this, it's sliding for. He has two pills, and they slide. Oh no! Like
Show
that.
me where Zahari goes.
The Harry sleeping here.
Yeah.
And that's his doo-doo.
All right, I feel like this is turning into a cooking show. But tonight we're having some tacos. Very simple. Get some ground meat, which I managed to keep cold with ice in my cooler. I just have this foldable cooler I bring on canoe camping whenever I don't have to do any portages. And you just buy the taco or the burrito packs where there's gonna be some spices here I'll put in. It comes with salsa, we've got cheese, and we've got bread or pitas. I had a crazy chill afternoon, the kids and I. Well, we swam a little bit and we got really cold, so we all got changed, and then we built these houses over there, as you know. And then I spent at least an hour just lounging in the hammock. The kids were in the tent playing some cards. They were just kind of playing around, and I think I managed to sleep for maybe 10 minutes. So, I mean, obviously a pretty light sleep just to try to keep an eye on the kids, but it actually felt pretty good. I really need to rest. So this is kind of nice. I like being outside, I like being camping, but I also like that this is not demanding at all. It's literally just lounging all day while the kids are playing around. When you're out in the bush, there's so much for the kids to do here. They're picking blueberries all day long. Every time they want a snack, or they just feel like it, because there's so much. And then I showed them how to build some houses out of twigs and pine needles. And then we've got some little board game, card games. So, and now I brought some pens and paper, and they're just all coloring. What are you doing, Charlotte? A Pokemon? Oh. Is that Eevee?
This is Eevee. This is Umbreon.
Alright guys, we've been waiting for it all day. Well, we already went swimming, but we've been waiting for the sun all day. And it's out now, so the clouds have receded. They're all the way back there. It looks like we might have a beautiful sunset. Like I said, we're facing west here. So,
and we're going to go swim. I'm going to go swim with Daddy.
Yeah, so we figured since the sun is out and it's going to warm us up, we're going to go for one last swim of our trip and enjoy our time. Nico, you don't want to get wet? That's okay. That's okay, because it's going to be cold. It's for sure going to be cold like earlier. That's right, I forgot our towels. Let me get the towels. Doom, doom. Well, looks like we're not going to need this shelter here that I built or put together, but I'm still glad I did. You never want to have to put your tarp up while it's raining, and it certainly looked like it was earlier. So, but now we've got a clear sky, and you know what that means? It means stars. Last night was awesome, but I think the reason why we didn't see that many shooting stars last night, first, we didn't stay out that long. Second, it's almost a full moon, so the sky is not as full of stars when the moon's out like that. But it was still awesome. We actually just laid down here, just here on the beach. Right here, I put my tarp down, and we just stargazed for a while. It was good. See the smoke?
Yeah.
Last campfire, guys. Then we gotta go home tomorrow. Did you like it, Nico?
Yeah.
What did you like the most?
Where's the water? To build our house.
To build your house? Those houses over there?
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, eh?
Yeah.
Rosie, what was your favorite part?
It was building.
Building as well? You know what the fun part about that is?
Yeah.
You can do it any campsites we go to. Now you know how to do them. Charlotte, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was all of them.
Ah, that's good. Well, last little bit here with the kids at the campfire. Yeah, I was hoping for a sunset, but the clouds moved back in. I bet you here with a clear sky, no clouds, the sunset would be absolutely stunning over the tree line over there, just above, just at the end of the lake. You'd probably get some wicked colors, but not tonight. We'll just have to come back, I guess.
Oh, merde.
Did you drop the water? The juice! You dropped the juice! This is our last night in the tent here in Parc la Verendrye, in the Wildlife Reserve of Parc la Verendrye. I think it's safe to say we had a good time. I've got Rosie here. Rosie, who'd you bring with you today to sleep with? What's his name?
His name is Sahari.
Sahari. And then Nico, who'd you bring?
Muffet.
Muffet. Skunky. And Charlie, who'd you bring?
Baby sheep.
Sheepy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. I love you. Oh, and have a good night, okay? Whew. All right, guys. The kids are in bed already. It's like 9 o'clock. It's not fully dark yet. But I'm not sure if we're gonna have stars tonight or not. The clouds keep moving forward. Actually, I think it's going like north to south or something like this. Anyways, it's clear up here, but over there it looks pretty overcast. So maybe we'll get some rain overnight. Not the end of the world. It's our last day, last night tonight, so it'll be easy just to go back home. But the plan for the evening is, I told you guys I had a little snack for myself tonight. So I didn't eat a whole lot of those tacos. I only had 2, so I needed some room. I brought myself a nice T-bone, and the fire is burning right now. I threw all those logs in, and I've got this bushcraft grill here. And the plan is to literally have a nice T-bone tonight. I'm going to use this grill to grill it right on the fire over coals. Once the fire dies down a little bit, that'll be the plan. I have a little bit of Montreal steak spice as well. And that should be good. That should be a nice treat. And I have one more beer that I've kept. I'm surprised that I had the discipline not to drink it yesterday. But I'm only going to open it when the steak is ready to go. I think it's time. Fire's died down a little bit, quite a bit. I've got some nice coals here. I think what I'll do is I'll take 2 rocks. Hopefully one of them is not too hot because I don't have gloves. That's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna lay it here, one here, and then measure with here. So I'm thinking, there you go, this somewhere here would be just fine. Put this right here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is happening. That's pretty sturdy. All right, and now let's take out the piece of meat. Nothing too fancy here. Just a simple steak from Metro. Sorry, I brought the garbage just so I could throw the wrapping away as soon as possible. But man, we've got a nice size steak and we're just gonna let it, this might be a little high, we'll see, but we'll start like that and we'll adjust as needed. Well, it'll be that for now. I think I'll flip it over once, see if I can do this. It's nowhere near ready, but I want to put some spices on the other side too, so. Oh yeah. Oh, it's happening. Oh yeah. You can hear the sizzle. Let's put some spices here. I've managed to keep this nice and cold in the cooler that I have for the last 2 days. There's still some ice in there, so I'm not worried at all for the meats. I really like this grill so far. It's set up poorly right now on rounded rocks, so it's not super sturdy, but if I had taking the time to find better rocks. I wouldn't be saying that right now. And this steak is humongous. As you can see, it's like draping over all sides of it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to eat all of this. I might have overcooked it. It's alright. It's my first time. I'm sure it's going to be delicious regardless. So here's the technique. Take the machete and the knife, and I'm just going to rest it here on 2 logs just so it cools down before I eat it. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit. I think I probably overcooked it, I'm not going to lie. Let's see actually. Let's see what we're looking at here. Take the pine needles off. What does she look like? She's looking good. Not bad actually. Yeah, I could do that. It's gonna be good. I'm just gonna let it rest for a little bit because it's always better when it's not super hot. I'm gonna crack a beer. I'm gonna go to town on it. It is time. One last beer for the trip. Hopefully, let's see. Let's see if we can try the steak now. Oh yes. A tad overcooked, as I had expected. But you can really taste the smoke. The smoky flavor in here. That's pretty darn good. Sorry if I'm a little dark. My LED light over top of the camera, I think I'm out of batteries. I've been using it a lot lately. I've been thinking a lot about the today about the stargazing session from yesterday with the kids and what a neat experience to be able to share with them. It was quite unique, you know. A lot of people spend their entire lives without even seeing stars. If you live in major cities, you have no idea that we have every night the best show you could ever hope for, and it's all free. You just gotta look up. You gotta be far enough from the lights, obviously, but it's neat to be able to introduce that to kids that young. And it made me think of one of my dad and I. One of my favorite moments with my dad was when we were down. We were going down La Rivière Noire, and it's just a canoe trip. And man, it might already be 16, 17 years ago. Time flies, but we talk about it all the time, how this was one of our most special time. It was just the Black River is a very windy river, and it flows by itself about 3 miles an hour, so it's very easy paddling, And every time you turn around, each turns, there's a massive sand dunes, and that's where you sleep. It's a beautiful, beautiful river to go canoeing on and portaging on. And one night, and it might have been in the I'm pretty sure it was during the shooting star season, because we did see a fair amount of shooting stars. I remember there was a log on the beach, like just a dry log, and we just laid there for, man, it might have been hours just looking up. You could see there was no moon. You could see the entire Milky Way, stars like you've never seen them before, pitch black, and just kind of talking about anything really. And we were talking about UFOs actually. And just trying to, shooting the shit. Is there anything out there? But it was a neat experience I'll never forget, and to be able to do that with the kids now, that's something I'll cherish for a long time for sure. I can't recommend enough anybody to go out in nature with your kids. It is such a wonderful experience, such a humbling experience to be remote. Not that we're that remote here right now, but to be in a remote place. And I don't know how to explain it. There's something about camping where you're out of reach, and I guess there's this feeling of vulnerability that you just kind of realize that, oh, I am quite fragile and I have to be careful, right? Because when you're doing these trips, you can't just act like you are at home, because if you get injured, if you put yourself in a situation where you can't get out, you're going to be in a tough position. So I like that feeling for whatever reason. Not that I'm a thrill seeker or anything like that, and I'm not looking to put myself into any dangerous or survival positions, but I just like to kind of dip my toes around there. And I think it's so good for the kids. Like today, when I go out with the kids, I only have 3 rules. It's pretty straightforward. First rule, you always have to smile. So that's my number 1 rule. Smile and having a good time, number 1. Number 2, never be alone. So Charlotte and Rosie have the opportunity to be together. So if they want to explore, it's not a problem. They have to be together. And every time when I know, and they have to ask me if they're going to be wandering off and where they're going to be going. And every now and again, I just whistle or I yell their names. They answer back. We're clear. And the last rule, which is just a safety rule, again, it's nobody goes near the water without me and without telling me. Even if you drop your toy in the water, if you want to reach for something, you always have to get me. And that rule for my kids, even when we go with other adults, it's me first, and then if another adult wants to supervise them, I'm fine. But I really train them to come to me if they want to go by the water or if they want to go in the water. And that's it, man. And the rest of it is just have fun. There's just so much to explore. Like here, man, they spent all day long picking blueberries, building houses. I helped them out with some of the houses, just like twig houses for their stuffed animals, and just kind of exploring. And it's fun to see the dynamics of the kids in those environments where there's not a lot of rules. They can just be kids, they can just play, they can explore, they can role play, and you see the disputes that come up and how they resolve them. It's a really good place for them to learn and just to be free, because they go back to school, they have 1,000 rules. They can't do this, they can't do that, they can't yell, they can't run. Here it's just be safe. If you want to yell, go for it. If you want to call back at the loon, I don't know if you guys can hear them, but they're on fire tonight. Go at it, as long as we're not disturbing anyone else. But most of the time we're alone. So, and that's it. I really can't recommend it enough. I think it's good for the kids to be able to be free like that, and just walk barefoot in the forest. There's something pure about this. There's something that, I know it's philosophical, but Good morning, everyone. Sorry about last night. My camera ran out of battery halfway through my rent, so you guys missed the other half. That's all right, but I was just talking about how important it was for the kids to get out and how good it was for them. So I encourage everybody to do that. And if you have any questions on how to do that or how to make it easier, you can always contact me and leave it in the comments. I'll take the time to answer for sure. But this is morning of day 3, and the lake is absolutely calm. It was quite cold last night. The last 2 nights, to be honest, it's been really, really chilly. I've had to sleep with my clothes on. I think I have an old -7 sleeping bag. It might be 20 years old by now. I don't think it works anymore, so I'm gonna have to figure something out because it's not getting anywhere near -7. It's probably getting down to, I'd say 10, maybe 8 degrees Celsius, so I should be fine. But yeah, it's old and I've used it a lot, quite a bit. So I got cold last night, but the kids seem to have done pretty good. I had to dress up Charlotte halfway through the night, but other than that, everyone else is still sleeping and it's 9 o'clock, so I wish I could get them to sleep in at home sometimes. But the plan this morning is very simple. Eat, pack up, and get in the canoe and head home. So I'm not going to be filming a whole lot today, to be honest. I'm just going to try to get everything, all the duties done, camp duties done as fast as possible, get breakfast done so we can get going on the road. I'll catch you guys up though when we arrive at the beach over there. So definitely a beautiful place, and rarely do you see such a clear or such an undisturbed lake. Look at this, guys. Wow. Cheers. What a beautiful ride back, guys. Mirror perfect, the lake, no wind, not too hot, nice sun, some blue sky. Really can't complain about this. So we made it back to the car. We're almost all packed up. We're kind of bringing everything back up to the car. We're going to be packing it up, heading home. This is the end of our 3 days and 2 nights canoe trip in the Wildlife Reserve of Parc la Verendrye. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, cheers.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.